This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Will J Prince post a picture with him, Irv Gotti, Supreme, and Irv Gotti's brother, and says condolences. Why he chose this picture? I think there's something deeper. This isn't just a random pick. Like, you know what? Let me pick the one with Supreme in it. You know? I've never seen 50 Cent and J Prince get along. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've never seen them together. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's close with Supreme. I don't know. But J Prince is always hell bent on like, gotta tap in with the gangsters of each city. You know, he's like in his mid 60s, going on 70, still obsessed with the streets. You know, he was just walking around Houston the other day. Like, I think some people were talking about him, so he started walking around. He's like, I'm in the hood. Who's gonna challenge me? It's like, dude, calm down, bro. Like, live your life. Go to Belize or something. You know, like, jeez. Chopper City shares that Freddie was banging Sarah. Jeez, she had a husband and kids and stuff when she got on that show, making the band. She was smashing Freddie and Diddy? Damn. Chopper says he lost a bet to Fred because Fred said you can't sleep with Sarah, and Fred said, oh yeah, we'll come in the room in 20 minutes, and he did, and she and Fred was having sex. I wouldn't have put that out there like that because it sounds kind of creepy, like he left the door open for you, but Chopper said he's keeping it all the way raw in this interview. Pause. Lamar Odom, you know, the Kardashians will do anything for $1. They could have had this closure meeting off camera, right, with Lamar Odom, but Khloe Kardashian said, the only way I'll have it is if it's on the show because, you know what, they need ratings. And you know what, no one cares about the Kardashians anymore. No one does. It's a beautiful thing. Nobody cares. Khloe's had so much work done, it's crazy, bro. Irv Gotti's wife says her condolences, or ex-wife, I should say, says, Irv, you will be greatly missed. I can't believe I'm saying that. Married, divorced, great friends, and so many life lessons. Everything we've been through, good, bad, has motivated me into the woman I am today. God never wastes anything. He uses everything for his ultimate glory. Rollo's co-defendant calls him out for lying to the feds as paperwork surfaces. In the paperwork, they said everything was useless that Rollo sat down with him and gave him because he gave him fake information. But a lot of people were saying that's still cooperation. I don't know, man. You know, it's like, this is too confusing, you know. But I can understand, you're a little baby, you might want to go get that refund. You gave him some money, you might want to go get that money back. Because I heard you don't you don't mess with people that ever sit down with the feds. That's what you said. Go get that money back, man. And Rick Ross's baby mom, okay? She's out here saying that Jada Wada and Dress Dior don't have any money to pay her for her, you know, podcast appearance because they tried to get her last minute notice. She gave the fee, probably $5,000 or something like that, or probably a couple $1,000s. Maybe it was even $2,000, right? I don't think she charged that much. She probably wanted enough money to travel, get her hair done and all that kind of stuff. And they said, we don't have that. And she was like, you guys are buying $20,000 Birkins, $10,000 Birkins, and you don't have my podcast fee? I'm sure it was like $2,000, right? Thank you. Thank you all the podcasters who's messed the game up where everybody wants money to be on the podcast now. Because now, good luck launching podcasts. It's going to cost you just as much as the podcast makes. But she does expose some great information. Rick Ross got a 2-for-1 special on Meek Mill. Remember when Rick Ross bailed Meek Mill? Meek Mill was in trouble. Meek Mill had to sell his house. He's selling a lot of the houses that he bought. He overspent on his budget. I don't know what he must work for Michael Rubin now because I don't see he's not dropping any music. He's not doing any shows. He must work for one of these billionaires. He sold his house in Philly and his house in Atlanta and got a 2-for-1 special. Rick Ross got over on him. And that's supposedly why they don't talk anymore again. They did that album together about a year and a half ago, and they haven't spoken since, reportedly. Rick Ross will screw over anybody. I mean, he's just a savage business guy. Now, Rick Ross is part of this real estate conglomerate, I think. It's him and a bunch of other guys, and they're buying up a lot of real estate. And Rick Ross is the front guy for their fund. He put a ton of money in. He sold all of his catalog and everything, and he's making a play to make more money. He's making a real estate play. It's smart. He got out of most of his wing stops, everything. It's interesting. And then Lil Wayne announces his new album, Carter. What is it, Carter 6? Carter 5? I get confused now. He has so many of these things. Carter 6. Yeah, Carter 6. Release date. 6, what is it? Somewhere in June. He announced it on a Cialis commercial or some. Was it Cialis? Some commercial he did. Cetaphil? Maybe it's Cetaphil. Wait, let me get it right. He announces it. What kind of commercial was it, though? Cetaphil. Yeah, a Cetaphil commercial. He's giving Cetaphil to everybody that needs, that has dry hands or anything dry. And then lastly, Too Short says to Kendrick Lamar, you already won 5 Grammys, and he said, don't perform that song at the Super Bowl, Not Like Us. It's just rubbing it in at that point. It's more powerful to not perform it. I don't know. If I were Kendrick Lamar, I would tease it. I would just perform They Not Like Us. All you got to do is that part. You only have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Or is it 30 minutes? I can't remember. But it's like, I would just do that part. Why not? Drake gave Kendrick, I'll say Drake motivated Kendrick Lamar's biggest hit of his life. Using the biggest artists and going at him and defeating him, gave him the biggest hit. It makes sense. And let's see. The Game questions if he should take BMF out of his favorites on Prime. He encouraged the Big Meech and Little Meech to go at 50 Cent and stand up to him, but that's weak of him because it's like, dude, you can see that Big Meech is doing some sideshow, disloyal stuff, and you're backing the guy who possibly could be a third-party cooperator. I would leave it alone, Game. I mean, this just says a lot about Game. Says a lot about Game. We'll get into the Wendy Williams thing in the next video. But basically, Milagro called it. Meek Mill was talking about that this whole thing with Wendy Williams has been going on for a while. He used to live in the same building. I don't know why he's exposing more, but I'm kind of glad he did because Wendy Williams needs help. So Milagro says, I didn't even know it's like this, seen no stuff like this in my life. Harvey from TMZ interviewing Wendy Williams. How about she in the window of her room crying, pressing her hand against the window like she needs immediate rescue. Obviously, she's been outspoken about what she feels her rights and freedoms should be at this moment. And nobody's helping her. It's funny. I mean, I hope there is a pressing matter which they're going to reevaluate her, but it's like, let her son take control. This is sad, man. We would rather see somebody who cares about her. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I appreciate you all. I'll check you guys in the next one. Make sure you smash that like button. And finally, 50 Cent has stopped trolling for a little while, so we don't have to really report on that for a minute. And I hope Little Meech and 50 Cent work it out so they can continue doing the BMF show. Leave Big Meech out of it. He's got to reacclimate. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.